Welcome, my fellow primers. And for anyone new tuning into the channel, this is your source for staying mentally, physically, and spiritually primed for any state. So today we're talking about some natural modalities to de-stress and allow you to center yourself. So stay tuned and let's dive into it. Okay guys, we're gonna make this simple and applicable. So when it comes to stress, what is stress? Stress is an imbalance. Period. It's an imbalance. And usually this stems from the interior landscape of our being, meaning our perspective. So it's usually something correlated with how we're viewing things. There's physical stress, but the main stress that seems to plague the average Joe is mental. So when it comes to de-stressing, we have to be able to address the mental aspect of the stress. So here are 3 actionable steps that I personally do to help me de-stress. So 1 is separating yourself from the source and getting into a natural, neutral, serene environment. Pretty much what I'm doing now. I love being out here. Why? Because I have to be focused. You know, I'm looking at some deer scat. It's some right behind me. It's deer poop, for anyone who doesn't know deer poop. And so I have to be conscious of things out here. Like there's a bee nest, you know, a couple feet away from me. There's spiders. There's a frog croaking. There's a small pond right here. You know, it's so many things. And so when you put yourself in a natural environment, you don't have time to think about. You hear it? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you don't have time because you have to be focused on the present moment. So that's the first modality. Separating yourself from what it is that seems to be creating stress and get into a natural environment, guys, because the frequency that's being emitted from the trees, the ground, just the whole landscape, you are the environment that you step into. And after so long, you literally become the landscape. And so that's why I love being in the woods, and that's why most of the setting for State of Prime is in the woods, because that's where I'm at. That's where I like to be at. So separate yourself, get into a neutral environment. That's number 1. Here's number 2. Number two is talking about it. See, when we allow thoughts to marinate and to form, they start to form tension within the body. They start to form these imbalances within us, and then it manifests even deeper than a mental. It's not just mental anymore, it's physical, because it's creating tension. So when we talk about it, when you talk about it, that must be the bees. You see the dead stump right here? I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, their whole nest is in there. Oh, I see him. Damn, he's big. When you talk, this allows, it's like a deflationary it's like a deflationary tool, guys. So when you talk, express it to someone who's neutral. That is key, guys, because you don't want to be feeding the ego, and you don't want to be feeding the drama aspect, because that is only going to feed and fuel the fire. What you have to do is talk to someone who's neutral about what it is, right? If you're stressed, talk to someone who's neutral and who's mostly going to listen and ask you the questions that you need to evoke and get to the root of what it is. So talking to someone, that's why therapists, that's why their job, they're so prevalent, because they don't do too much talking. They mostly ask questions, and see, those questions are paramount because they evoke the consciousness within you to go deep inside the interior of what it is that's wrong, and you fix your own problem. You come and enlighten it by yourself. So talking to someone is a great modality for helping you to de-stress, because you're able to dive into it more than you could than if you just let it marinate by yourself. Number 3, guys, this is a all-encompassing, and it's nothing specific, but it's specific. So moving the body. See, the body and the mind are correlated. If the body's sluggish, usually the mind is sluggish. You ever notice you go for a run, you're going for a run or you're working out, and afterwards you're firing on all cylinders. You're just clear. Everything's just coming, right? See, when you get to moving, things just seem to flow easier. So if you find yourself in a stress mindset, see, think about the perspective of someone who's stressed. They're usually sitting down, ruminating on thoughts. Like, oh damn, like they're just kind of ruminating. Like they're sitting, they're stagnant. Going for a walk, going for a run is great because it evokes those faculties. And again, the mind and the body are closely associated. So what you do to one, you usually do to the other. So going on a walk, working out is a great way to get those juices, and not even juices, but I guess to oil your mind, if you will. So it's not so clunky, oiling it so it can move a lot more easier. Now, specifically, one thing that you could do, this is one thing I like to do, is I like, foraging. So foraging for like natural medicines in the woods, hunting, things associated, like, because I have to move my body. Working out and stuff is great too, but everyone is unique in that aspect of what they like to do physically. So, sorry, answer. I think I want to answer next. They don't like me right here. So, get to moving, guys. Get to moving so that you can oil those wheels of focus, if you will. So, that's it for today, guys. We get our 3 modalities for de-stressing. In today's day and age, being in the moment and de-stress is very important to your overall success. And at State of Prime, our whole motto is primed for any state. But in order to be primed, you have to be conscious. In order to be conscious, you have to be present. In order to be present, you have to be aware. You also can't be ruminating on the past or the future. And this is something that I'm always and continually growing and building through. This is not something, you'll never ever reach a pinnacle and you can just stop. If you meet someone who tells you they got the keys and they're perfect, run away as fast as you can. Because the greatest teachers are the people who are always learning. Always learning. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm actually going to leave a link right here, or right here somewhere around the video. It's going to pop up. Make sure to check it out, because if you enjoyed this video, you're definitely going to enjoy that video. And all the resources are down in the description. Again, thanks for tuning in. And until the next one, stay primed. And I'll talk to you guys soon.